This is dumb, but also not dumb enough.
28 years after the 1996 hit Twister, hey, it's time for a sequel. Everybody batten down the hatches and run down to the cellar. It's Twisters.
Yes. Is it a sequel? Is it a remake? Is it a reboot in cowboy boots? I don't know. It's like, after Alien, there was Aliens.
Yeah.
Plural. Anyway, that's what this is. Multiple Twisters. You got to subscribe because we're here for you all summer long for all the big, dopey blockbusters. We would never leave you hanging. We love talking about documentaries and little indies, but when a big Glenn Powell movie comes out in the middle of Oklahoma, we are here for you for that as well.
Sometimes the old ways are better than the new.
Well, you can always trust a guy who puts his face on a t-shirt.
So yes, we have, once again, crazy daredevil tornado chasers traipsing across Oklahoma, chasing each other and the Twisters in their big pickup trucks. This time we have Daisy Edgar Jones as Kate, who is a brilliant young scientist who is now working for the National Weather Service in sort of a boring desk job after a tragedy that we see in the very beginning part of the film. But she gets drawn back in by Anthony Ramos, one of her former colleagues, when he's got an idea for how to map the tornadoes. And we've got all this funding and it's going to be great. And I need you. Only you can help me. And so she reluctantly goes back out into the field. But of course, wouldn't you know it, here comes Glenn Powell. He's Tyler Owen. He listens to Bro Country in his pickup. And he's a YouTube star with 1 million subscribers, which is our goal for next summer.
Yeah, let's get right on that.
We're good in the 30,000s for now, but 1 million's coming, and we're going to have our face on the shirt like Tyler Owens.
We have to get involved with dangerous weather for that kind of thing to happen, apparently.
Right, just dangerous movies about weather are not enough, but we're getting real close. So he has his own ragtag band, including Katie O'Brien and Sasha Lane, and they have their own gear, and they shoot their stuff, and they go live while they're chasing Twisters. And wouldn't you know it, that the two of them kind of have a spark and there's something going on while they're in the middle of thrusting themselves into danger. It's a lot like the first Twister in that regard. Like they're running around the plains of Oklahoma, but also maybe falling in love with each other. This is dumb, but also not dumb enough. Like the first Twister knows it's dopey, and has a good time with that and leans hard into that. This is actually about science and damage and the human toll of a natural disaster in ways that felt kind of like a downer in the middle of a fun summer blockbuster. And what their aim is here with how to approach the tornadoes, I don't know, felt kind of wedged in. Lee Isaac Chung directed this. This is his first big movie after Minari. And, you do an acclaimed indie and you get the keys to a franchise. And that is what Lee Isaac Chung got here. What'd you think?
Well, it's funny. I saw this a second time, which I had not planned to do, but I'm here in Greenville, South Carolina for Bramblefest. So I went with my friend Daniel Thompson, who we do the Film Library Academy podcast together. And the whole movie, and I didn't think about this the first time, he's picking out all the things that they're sort of doing again from the first movie. So like instead of Philip Seymour Hoffman, you have the guy who's the cameraman for Glenn Powell. Instead of Jamie Gertz as the therapist who's along for the ride, we get a British journalist who's along for the ride. Instead of stopping at the aunt's house to get fed, they stop at Daisy Edgar Jones' mom, Maura Tierney's house. Like it is such a weird, but at the same time, there's no character carryover. Like if you're thinking you're going to get a Helen Hunt cameo, sorry, no. So like there's the Dorothy device comes back, a few lines of dialogue you'll recognize, and a lot of parallels of how the story is told. But it's its own thing, but it's dumb. And it's also, I see what you're saying, because it's like, it is pure Irwin Allen, like spectacle of catastrophe, like, oh no, the tornado's coming and it's going to hit the oil refinery plant and flames are going to go shooting in the air, or it's going to hit the rodeo and the horses are going to run somebody over, but then, Lee Isaac Chung, though, has this needs to sort of stop and be like, oh, these people, they've lost their homes, and isn't that terrible? And it's like, I mean, yes, but that's another movie. That's an actual Lee Isaac Chung movie. This is, your big summer weather disaster porn, So it does kind of move weirdly back and forth. But Daisy Edgar Jones, I still don't know if she's a good actress or not, because all I've seen her in is this and Where the Crawdads Sing. Where the Crawdads Sing was just the worst, and no actress could make that script work. And here, she's stuck playing the one character who doesn't have much of a personality. Like, she is haunted by guilt from the thing that happens at the beginning of the movie, but like, she's surrounded by, you've got, once again, another carryover from the first film, this great collection of character actors, Tunde Adebimpe and David Corenswet, and and it's like they're fun and interesting, and they have their moments to pop, but she's just sort of like concerned a lot, and intuitive about weather in the way that Bill Paxton was, but like there's no there for her to play. So I'm looking forward to seeing her in something where she really gets to sink her teeth in something and not just sort of be this placeholder heroine,
Did you not watch Fresh with me? With her with Sebastian Stan, and she's being held captive.
No.
It was on Hulu. Maybe I didn't watch
is
it
that
for this.
her?
Anyway.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right, she's a good actress. Then, okay, this movie's just not giving her anything to do. I did like her.
It's a very bland character.
Yeah.
Right. But also like the blinding star wattage of Glenn Powell is so overwhelming.
His smile is a mile wide and white as the Alps. Like it's insane. He is so gunning to be our new Matthew McConaughey. Like, he is just.
Why not?
Sure.
He's
why
done
not?
it.
Somebody
it's
should.
Done.
It is, but it's I mean, like, and again, I don't know what to think about him, but he is a movie star, capital M, capital S, and this movie is mostly constructed as a vehicle for that. Like, every time he pops up, it's just like, So yeah, and so he's kind of blowing her off the screen because they haven't given her anything to play opposite that except to sort of observe him with an arched eyebrow,
Right, and be a bit of a smartass here and there. The scene, which is in the trailer, when he walks out in the rain in his white T-shirt and his cowboy hat, I'm like,
the tightest white T-shirt on earth, and it's raining.
This is why this movie exists.
Yeah, it's like
for the shot of him in.
Are we doing the thing? Are we making fun of the thing? Both? Like, I don't even know, but it's it's a lot.
So that all works, yeah. Although I will say that they totally blow the ending.
Yeah.
The absolute ending, the last shot, is such a shrug and such a miscalculation, and it is so unsatisfying. I don't know what they were thinking. I'm like, wait, it's just going to end here now? Like, this is so that's a problem.
Do they think that people don't want to see what they don't show us? I don't know. I don't know what the thought process there is, but it is weirdly unsatisfying.
I will say, because this is now and it's not 1996 anymore, the effects are much shinier and more dazzling. Like the fire tornado thing and shooting up the fireworks in the tornado. It looks really great. And it edited really well. Our friend Terry Shropshire is the editor here, who worked with Gina Prince Bythewood all the time. So it moves really well between all these different people and where they're going, and you feel like you're in the car and on the road. And so all of that is fun. And I do see some of the Lee Isaac Chung in it. Like, when it takes a moment to just show us like the beauty and potential danger of like a storm gathering in the distance across the fields. Like, it can be quite beautiful. I like the score.
I like the score a lot.
There are things I like about it, but it's just sort of like,
I like the score when you can hear the score, because there's a million country music needle drops in this movie, and which is neither here nor there. But like, there is a good score that they almost never go back to because they're just jamming another hit single down your throat,
which are quite on the nose sometimes as far as what the lyrics are.
Yes.
Okay, so what is your number then for Twisters?
I think I gave it a 6.5. Like, it is a solidly entertaining, silly summer IMAX popcorn thing. And I guess nobody wanted to make anything other than that. I don't know what to make of the fact that the American film industry is in a place now where you direct Pig and they give you A Quiet Place Year One, and you direct Minari and they give you Twisters. It's like, is no one going to make a mid-range adult drama for these cool indie directors to make, or are they just going to get given the keys to a monster truck? And I guess we know the answer.
Yeah, you make Safety Not Guaranteed, and you get the Jurassic World
Yes,
franchise.
Exactly.
So anyway, I think 6.5 is a perfect number, and I was thinking about that too. I took Nick and one of his best friends to see it. We all kind of settled on that number as well. Like it's not great, but it's fine, and it is like satisfying summer entertainment. And I kind of like the location of the last big climactic event. They handle that space very well, I would say. So go check out Twisters. It is in theaters now.